Hello guys, welcome to my channel. This video has been recorded last year, so I hope you enjoy.
The Summer I Turned Pretty was a series that I watched last year, and I loved the atmosphere, the summer feeling, beach, swimming, all that good stuff. And on top of that, it was a story of love between teenagers that don't know how to feel, don't know what to do, and it was just so amazing that I watched it again this year, and I went and I bought the books to read and compare with the show. Hi, welcome to my channel, and this video is me vlogging, reading the Summer I Turned Pretty books, book number 1 and book number 2, and I'm going to compare it with the show. I heard that the second season is going to be finished on 18th of August, and I have not watched a single episode of the second season. However, I have watched the first season 2 times and I have not read the book yet. So I thought I'm going to share my thoughts on the first season, read the first book, have my thoughts and share all of that with you, then read the second book, then watch the second season. Okay, the first season, honestly, I have so many things to say about the acting and stuff, but that's for another time. I don't think the actings were awful, but I don't think they were phenomenal. I recently found out that the actor of Jeremiah was actually in Vampire Diaries a few times, and I think he's the only one that had some sort of experience beforehand. All the other actors, I think they were new, other than Billy's mother. But for new actors, I really think they did a good job, unless if you don't consider some parts. But I really think it was a good, well acted, well located series. However, I need to say, the first time that I watched the series, I thought I was Team Conrad 100%. I said it's obvious she's going to fall in love with Conrad and everything's going to be finished, but it got more complicated. And the second time that I watched the series, I was Team Jeremiah. I'm so sorry, I know so many people are Team Conrad, but I am Team Jeremiah. I really think Jeremiah is better for Belly. He cares more. I really think he genuinely loves Belly. I cannot say the same thing about Conrad. However, saying that, the first time that I watched and the second time that I watched Jeremiah all the time, when Belly got together with Cameron, Jeremiah was so supportive, and I thought it's good that he's supportive, but it doesn't show that he's in love with Belly and he's kind of jealous. So I don't know, maybe in the books it's executed better. So far I am Team Jeremiah. I don't think that's going to change, and I really think Belly did Jeremiah dirty in the series. So I am excited to see what happens in the book. So let's start and see what happens. All right, let's go. I am so excited about this.
Today is Monday, which means it's 14th of August, which means we don't have much time for the whole second season of the Summer I Turned Pretty to come out, and for me to finish the books and watch the show and give you my comparison. And these past 2 days I have not been reading. I know, I am the worst booktuber on YouTube, but look at this book. Not even halfway in. Very disappointing. I know, I am so sorry. But I wanted to talk about this book and tell you about my thoughts. So many things. First of all, let's talk about Conrad. Now, for the people who have read the book, I can understand why they are Team Conrad. In the show, it's even the actor's fault. But especially the second time around when I watched the show, I thought Conrad was very emo, like very like a kind of like a sad bitch, you know, for no reason. Before I understood why, but again, I thought he takes himself too seriously. Okay, like he treated people like he didn't give a shit and this stuff. But the Conrad in the book, he is teasing, he is like arrogant, he's quiet, he's mysterious, and he's very fun so far. And Jeremiah is, I think his adaptation was very good because so far he's exactly like the book. The Jeremiah in the show is exactly like Jeremiah in the book. Let's talk about Belly. I have been connected to Belly so much more in the book because in the show we don't actually see why she feels so left out of the boys group. Like she mentions it here and there, but we never really get why. Like, why does she feel so left out? Why does she feel like Conrad and Jeremiah never really saw her? They just saw her as Steven's little sister. We never saw that. But in the book, there's this part where she, like Conrad tells her to let's go out and let's go have fun, like kind of like a date, and she gets so excited and she like puts on good clothes. She's so excited, she's like waiting for something to happen. And when they get to the, I think it was a boardwalk, I don't know where it was, but when they get to the place, Belly sees that Conrad is actually looking at another girl, and he took Belly with him to just have an excuse to be there. And it was a very heartbreaking. And there was this other part where the boys all went out and they didn't take Belly with them. But in the show it's actually very different, because in the show I always had this feeling that the boys always included her, but like it was this last few years that they didn't really, like, you know, they did some things, they went to parties and they didn't take her because she was younger. But that was not the case in the book. In the book, they have been doing this for years and years and years, and that's why she doesn't feel seen. That's why she doesn't feel included, and that really broke my heart, and I really felt connected to Belly. Also, let's talk about the mothers. The mothers in the show are more tolerable. I actually don't think I like Belly's mom a lot, and I kind of have a feel. I don't know if my judgment is clouded from the show or because of the book, but I kind of feel like Belly's mom is like in love with Susanna. She always was, and that's why she got divorced from her husband. But I'm not really sure. But I don't think I like her so much. Also, let's talk about Belly's dad. In the show, Belly's dad is like it's portrayed as this like cool guy that everybody likes and like has this hot girlfriend, and the kids really love him. But in the book it's not like that at all. Actually, there's this part that said Belly's father stopped being her hero when she saw him with his PhD student. And I thought it's really like, we kind of get Belly, like she has all this anxiety, this feeling, this sadness, and she has nobody to talk to, not her mom, not her friends, nobody. I think it's just Taylor that she can talk to, but Taylor hasn't been in the book. I just heard her name. She has not come into the story yet, so I am waiting for her. But also, let's talk about Steven. In the show, I did not feel connected to Steven. I didn't even like him. But Steven is very different in the book. First of all, him and Belly are very close and they are like teasing each other. They are so affectionate. Even in the book, really looks up to Conrad so far. So in the show, it's not like that at all. I actually thought Steven and Conrad are not that good of friends, but apparently it's different. So far in the book, Conrad's dad is his hero, and he's very close to him. And so it's just so different, but it's not in a bad way necessarily. I actually am enjoying the book, and I enjoyed the show. There's nothing significant for me to be like, yeah, I didn't like the show because of this reason. It's much better in books. Let's continue. I hope I can like fasten my speed of reading, but yes, I will update you soon, my loves. Hello, my friends. How are you? Today is Tuesday, and I am almost over halfway in the summer. I turned pretty, and I am fairly enjoying. Very different from the show. Very different. We are going to talk about it in a minute. But you know why I'm in such a hurry? Because I know that the last episode of the second season comes out on August 18th, and my plan is to read the book preferably until August 18th, so I can watch the show without it getting spoiled, because right now everybody's just talking about the show on Instagram, and every time I see anybody mentioning the summer I turned pretty, I just move along because I don't want it to get spoiled, and I am very nervous about it. So I'm trying to finish it as soon as possible for it to not get spoiled for me. Anyways, let's talk about how different this book is from the show. Do you remember that scene that Taylor came to Belly's birthday, and she and Belly had like this chicken? They were playing chicken, and Belly was on Jeremiah's shoulder and Taylor was on Steven's shoulder, and like Taylor had a crush on Steven. This is not how it goes in the book. This actually happens when Belly was 14 years old, and Steven really doesn't like Taylor, and Taylor is not into Steven, and Taylor and Jeremiah actually have a thing that Belly's pretty jealous of, and actually Conrad plays chicken with them too, with Belly as his partner. So yeah, very different. Cameron just entered the book, and Taylor is very annoying in the book. Let me tell you, in the show I was actually upset at Belly for treating Taylor as she did. I really thought that Belly was very selfish and not that good of a friend, but in the book it's kind of different. Like Taylor she's not a very good friend, but in the show I actually really liked her as Belly's friend. She was always supportive, she always wanted the best for Belly, and I think it was a nice change, because I think Belly needs a friend that always has her back. But Taylor in the book is not like that. She's a bitch. Conrad shows signs of caring for Belly, but still I don't see any chemistry. I am still on team Jeremiah. And what else? I don't like Belly's mom still, and in the book you kind of understand why Belly loves Susanna so much. Susanna is kind of like a mother figure that Belly never had. I should actually praise the show for giving personality to Steven, to the fathers, to other characters. There's no debutante thing in this book, but which is good, because I feel like in the book it would be boring. But if you wanted to watch this as a show, Belly kind of has nothing to do during summer. She is just swimming and drooling over boys. So I think it was a nice change in the show that they added a whole bunch of girl characters that I actually really liked. I liked all the girl characters in the movie, and I liked that we had like a story for Steven, a story for the mothers, but there's not one in the book. But I mean, obviously, because it's from Belly's POV. And one thing that I needed to add is that Steven is much tolerable in the books and very friendly with Conrad and Jeremiah, both of them. But he just left on a road trip with his dad, which does not happen in the show, which I appreciate, because I feel like this is a cheap way to get rid of a character, and I didn't like it in this book. Other than that, I am very enjoying. I hope I can finish book 1 tonight. And yes, that's everything that I needed to say. Thursday, 17th of August, baby. We are so behind schedule. So I'm going to read and then I'm going to update you later. Okay, I am the slowest reader ever. I have not finished book 1. I'm going to finish it, I promise you. Then I'm going to update you, okay? Let's go. Let's talk about it. Taylor was invited to the beach house, right? Do you remember I said at age 14, different from what happened in the show, and she just dared Jeremiah to kiss somebody, and she was pretty confident that it would be her, but Jeremiah kissed Belly. Oh my god. But Conrad is an asshole, like he didn't care at all. Team Jeremiah for sure. Okay, Belly's such a baby, like she doesn't know what she wants. I like Belly in the show, but I don't like her in the book, and I have to constantly remind myself that she's a baby. But she's a bitch. Like, Jeremiah kissed her and she's just like, I can't believe he did that. I am so embarrassed. I can't believe he stole my kiss. Like, come on, girl. Come on, you like him. Okay, I jumped the gun there. She said that Jeremiah did it because he wanted to make Taylor jealous, because Taylor had paid attention to Conrad that whole day. Okay, that's why she's upset. Okay, I'm sorry, Belly. So Conrad just told Belly, you know you loved it, don't be mad about the kiss. And let's see how it turned out. I glared at him. How would you know? You're too obsessed with yourself to notice anybody else. He walked away from me and said over his shoulder, oh, what? Oh, I notice everything, Belly, even poor little you. I am getting pissed off. My lips were no longer my own, a little dramatic. They had been touched by Jeremiah. I had finally been kissed, and it was my friend Jeremiah who'd been the one to do it. My friend Jeremiah, who had been ignoring me this whole week. And she says, I wish I could talk to Taylor about my first kiss. And she's sure that Taylor's kissing Jeremiah right now. And Taylor comes up back to their room and says, Belly, I forgive you. This line was so many lines actually. This was one of them that I don't know, I kind of related to, I kind of understood fully. I wondered if this was the way all crushes died, with a whimper, slowly, and then just like that, gone. Putting my videos, my clip videos on my editing app, and I saw that my video is already 26 minutes and I don't think people are going to watch it for that long. So I decided to start the second book. I have not started it yet. I want to start it, finish it
then come here, because then I have the show to watch and compare it with the second book. Or am I going to do it in another video? What am I going to do? I don't know, but my video is just too long. Anyways, the first book finished, and nothing that romantic happened between Belly and Conrad. There was just a kiss, and then Conrad was like, yeah, I can right now, and that was it. And everybody knew about Susanna's sickness except Belly, and everybody knew that Belly had a crush on Conrad. So it's just so different, but I still enjoyed it. But I think my love for the show is more. So if the show is 4 out of 5 for me, the book is 3, and I think I gave it 3 only because I love the show so much. Didn't like Belly as much as I did in the show. Now I'm going to go start the second book. I'm not going to film myself because this video is so long, and then we are going to talk, okay?
Hello, my loves. How are you doing? I got sick and I couldn't finish the Summer I Turned Pretty because I was in bed and I had to just sleep. So here we are. I love that in the beginning of the video I was like, yes, we should go according to the schedule. I have to finish this by August 18th and I have to get the video out, blah 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 blah. And still I'm not finished. What date is it? Literally September 4th, and I'm not finished with this video. Doesn't matter, it's going to be out anyway. So I am on episode 3rd of The Summer I Turned Pretty, and I am here to say I absolutely love the changes that they have done in the show. Now let's talk about it. So in the second book, Belly's mother is basically not a mom. Like, she is just grieving and she doesn't care her children, which really annoyed me because I think like her character is so inconsistent. Give me a minute. In the book, the character of Belly's mom, Laurel, she's very inconsistent because she's supposed to be this logical, all-knowing mom, but like in the second book she is just like, I look bald. Just forgets about them because she cannot let go of her grief, which is understanding. But then like there's this whole plot that she comes, she puts on makeup and she cooks for the boy's father, and she's like, hey, don't sell the house, and she's like, oh, Roller, just because you said so, and it's finished. And it's just so cheap, you know? First of all, Betty is such a good person in the show. Like, she actually cares about Jeremiah, because in the book, even like Jeremiah, in his thoughts, we hear what he says. He says that since my mom died, she just called me once or twice. But like in the show, we actively see Belly try to connect with Jeremiah, but like because he's upset, she can't, and it's understandable, and it makes us like Belly. Also, let's talk about her love story with Conrad. In the show, Conrad, like by the second episode, I was like won over by him because he actually cared. In the book, Conrad does not care. It's like his mother has forced him to be in a relationship with Belly. Even Belly goes to his dorm room and is like, no picture of us, nothing that says that we were in a relationship. And all the time she is like listening to see if Conrad has told his friends about like his girlfriend, and he hadn't. And in the show, it's actually a true love triangle, which I love. But in the book, it's just like, it's kind of like a Twilight situation where Belly is really into Conrad and doesn't really see Jeremiah, but Jeremiah really loves Belly. Love the friendship between Taylor and Belly. Love it. I love that Steven is more brother-like towards Belly in the second season, and I love the whole necklace thing, because the necklace thing doesn't come out until like the 50% of the second book. And I just know that in the book, they want to, in the third book, based on the blurb that I just read, they want to make Jeremiah cheat on Belly so we can feel sad for Conrad and like fall in love with him again. But I hope they don't do this in the show. Right now, I don't know whose team I'm on. I have to say that Conrad redeemed himself in the show, but we just have to wait and see, right? And I just think that Belly deserves better, and Jeremiah really cares for her. So, yeah, that's my review of the 3 episodes that I watched. And, oh, by the way, in the book, the father is selling the house. But in the show, it's like their aunt or something. It's like, in the book, it got solved so easy. Laurel came, talked to Mr. Fisher, and everything was okay again. But in the show, I think they actually have to do something to make the aunt like change her mind, you know? The actings though, we are going to talk about the actings. Let me finish the series and then we are going to talk about it, okay? So yeah. Update you until I think I will finish the series, then I will update you. So yeah, see you soon. Okay, so here we are talking about the Summer I Turned Pretty. I didn't get to record this part last year, but here we are. So, my biggest problem with the second season was that some of the characters were just extra. Like, they didn't need to be there. They weren't in the books, so I don't know why they brought them back for season 2. Like Cam Cameron, the cousin, she didn't even exist in the books. So I like, they were extra. I didn't care about them. And even Steven and Tyler, they didn't, they weren't in the second book. But I don't mind Taylor being there, but because I love her duo with Belly. Every show that has a second season and it's just remotely popular, the actors kind of lean into the cringe, and that makes the show even cringier. You know what I mean? So that was my problem with the brother, all of them, but especially the brother. Like, he didn't do a very good job in acting, but also he was like too cringy for me, you know what I mean? I think the actings were a little bit low quality this season. I think Belly was the only good part of this show, and her mom, ironically, because both of them are just, like, I hated them in the books. And like, the characters in the books are so much detestable, I think. The second season was so bad nonetheless. Why? Because they changed the course of the second book. The second book had so many angst and drama, but they eliminated that and they contributed to the like summer activities. And to be honest, I think they could have made the second season shorter. They were just trying too hard to make it like as many episodes, but it didn't need to be. I was bored when I reached like the 4th episode. I was so bored, and I was like, where's the angst? Where are the dramas that I was reading about? None of them were in the second season. In my opinion, the second season was just a big extended Taylor Swift music video, and I think that speaks volumes. I'm not going to lie, the outfits, the vibe, the atmosphere, all of it was there. It felt very summer-like and it gave you good feelings until like you reached the plot points and you were like, what the fuck are these people doing? You know what I mean? And my prediction is that in the books, I mean, it's very obviously hinted that Billy is going to end up with Conrad. And I think in the books, I haven't read the third book, but I think in the third book, they are going to make like Jeremiah cheat on Billy or something. And I think because they said last year that they are going to change the ending. And I think, in my opinion, Billy just needs to end up with Jeremiah. And I think that's what they're going to do. I think the first season was like a solid 6 out of 10 because I really loved it. 7 out of 10. But like the second season, I'm gonna go with 4 out of 10 because, as I said, extended music video, not my type. Very excited to read the third book and watch the third season, but they said that they're coming back in 2025, summer 2025. So I guess I see you then. Bye.